Welcome back to Pod Chat with Nat. Every Friday, I commit to sharing the answer to one question I have been asked by one of my amazing clients or in my free WhatsApp community. My free WhatsApp community, you can join by hitting my website, nataliepots.co.uk, and looking on the Your Everything page, where you will find the link. This is for business owners, entrepreneurs, mission-led business owners. This is your space to come and be around like-minded people, to feel safe, where you're not judged. There is no fears. There is no worry about looking silly, about asking something. It is a safe space, and I'm really big on making that for everybody. So please come along and join us. It'd be great to have you in there, and share that you found us through Pod Chat with Nat. It's always great to know. But the question I was asked this week was, how do I work out the pricing for my programs? And there's a certain way I approach this. And it was one, interestingly, I shared with a client today on a VIP day. So I run VIP days. They are about £3,000 a day. And we have a day together, and it is all eyes on your business. So we will be mapping out your strategy wherever you're at. The focus right now for a lot of the clients who invest in this day with me is to focus on a 2024 strategy. So we were looking at, well, what are your goals and targets when it comes to revenue for a year? Because this is really important. This is where it starts. And I want to call out something here, because I remember being given an example of this years ago. And somebody said, well, if you want to earn £100,000 a year, that's £8,333 a month. Now, one of my great friends is running an incredible fitness business, and he's my accountability buddy, my support, my devil's advocate, and he highly challenges me on my BS, which is what most of us need. Well, actually, all of us need this. But we had a conversation recently, and he really challenged to the thought of, well, why do you have to give that financial target? Like, what if it's this? What if it's that? What does it mean? And it really made me go away and think about measures of success, that we all have different measures. And my biggest why is centered around my family and my friends. So it's not even around the monetary figure. Like, we can have lots of money and be very unhappy. But I also know and do believe we can have money and be very happy. And especially if we give it back to other people, we can be. But it really made me think about things. And then I kind of challenged that thought process of, it's not good to always just say, well, if you want to earn £100,000, like that's what everybody should be aiming for, because they shouldn't. You've got to work out the targets you want to earn and what you're comfortable with. And I know some of my clients just want to earn good amount of money to live a lifestyle that they want, and they don't want to work many hours. And there is no judgment in that. Who says we should be working all the hours under the sun? But also likewise, like, who says we can't? I love working, and I love working hard. And part of that's my belief. And part of it now has become because people challenge so much, we shouldn't be working all the hours. Like, but I love what I do. So if I want to and it makes me feel good, why shouldn't I be doing that? What's it to you? So I'm going to use, for this example here, the idea that you want to earn £50,000 a year. And we're going to break this down. So this is a process called reverse engineering. And it's, again, a process step by step, which is what lots of businesses need. And that would mean then, so for every month, you'd be wanting to hit around £4,150, right? So then you need to be thinking about, okay, so if my program was £1,000, then I need to be doing 4 sales, just over 4 sales a month. Ideally, if it's just over £4,000, you're going to need to do 5 sales, okay? This isn't rocket science. This is simple maths. So if you then know that, well, I get probably 2 sales calls, if that, a week, and I know that 50% of them convert to clients, then you know that you're going to have to do probably a little bit more groundwork and get more sales, because sales calls, because you're going to have more sales calls to do conversions. So instead of 2 sales calls a week, you're probably going to have 4 sales calls a week. All right. So this will really help you map things out. And then you can start to think about, well, if I'm somebody that works part-time and I work 2 days a week because I'm a mum and I have different responsibilities, just as an example, then obviously that's going to change things up as well. So you're going to know that the intensity of your workload is going to be very different to somebody that would have maybe 5 or 6 days a week to be focused on getting connections, getting sales calls. So you know then what you want to be working on. Now, I'm always saying the process to people, you need to have the 3 foundational points in business of always thinking about lead gen, nurturing, and conversion. So you should always be focusing on, how do you generate leads into your business? nurturing relationships and converting those into sales and, you know, clients. So when we're then thinking about this, we can think, well, okay, so if I'm doing 4 sales a month, that's £4,000. Then over a year, that's X. So this will really help you to think about pricing things. So then you can look and think, well, okay, well, that's miles different to what I'm thinking for what I want to earn a year. Then you need to look at, well, what do I price my program at? So this will really help you as a basic step-by-step way to work out a program price point. Now, also what I work with clients is having 2 offers, because people like a choice, and often people will be like, oh, no, could never pay a high investment. So to work with me, my most successful clients will invest over £12,000 for 12 months. But most people can get started with me for £47. They can buy my time blocking masterclass and course for that, or they can even get started for free by coming into my free WhatsApp community. So I then got different programs between those, and I call this like my menu as such. So that takes time to build. And that's another reason when I'm talking about setting up the price point for your programs, I would be offering, if you're starting out your business, one-to-one. Some people will say you can do one-to-many and group work. It's not a dead cert. This isn't for everybody. It very much sits with where is your audience. If you've come from background industries or careers, businesses before your own business where you've got a big audience, by all means, one-to-many might be great for you and it might work. But often, most people don't have big audiences. And if you can't sell to your audience right now, the one-to-one you have, you're really going to struggle to get them into the group program. So this is why I truly believe, and this is exactly how I built my business. And I had a sales of over £24,000 nearly. Nearly £24,000. Let's get that clear, because I don't like not being clear with people in the first 90 days. Then you've got to be really clear on your offers and your price points with this, because you'll be then sharing that in your messaging. So it's got to be really clear for people what you do and what you offer. So that's hopefully helped you on thinking about, well, how do I get my price points and my programs? Again, about the 2 ones, and if I'm going to do 2 offers like mine, I've got a 90-day program and I have a 12-month program, one-to-one. And people have the choice about that. If they can't invest the over £12,000 to do the 12 months, then they can maybe look at doing the one-to-one for 3 months, which is £5,000. They could then, if that's not right for them, they could look at talking about momentum with me. But that's where I'll get on a sales call and base because on what's right for people, because sometimes people need more accountability than momentum and what the offer is. So that's a real reason why I love a sales call, to understand exactly what someone wants and what they need, and where I think they would work best with me to get the best results. That's really important. So that's why I love those conversations with people. But we've just got to be really transparent. And again, I think it goes back to that point there of just understanding what people want and then supporting with that, and understanding is that yes, I'm all in, or is it a no for now? And either's cool. You know, don't put pressure on people, don't be salesy in that way, but just make sure you give them enough information to make an informed decision around your programs, and ultimately like that they make the decision. You know, we're working with people that are adults, and we need to be mature in making sure that people have what they need and that they can make a decision. So there we go. That's how I look at pricing programs. If you'd like to know any more, I'm running a challenge next week called the Launch Your Business Idea. It runs from the 30th of October till the 1st of November. We are live at 10 a.m. every morning. I send out Zoom links, and you can also find it through the Facebook group. The reason I do the 2 is because I don't want to launch like most people do, where they just get everybody in a Facebook group. I'm a mixed lover of Facebook groups, and I want to just be, as I've said before, really accessible to people with how I work and operate. Is really important, and that's just the ways I work. That's what I've set up that I like to do. So if you'd like to be a part of that, send me a little message, or you can go straight to the site and you can find out more about the challenge on nassipotts.co.uk/launch idea. Okay, /launch idea. I'd love to see you there. If it's not right for you, and you can catch the replays as well if it's not time-wise right for you, of course, as well, please make sure you share this and pass it forward. Do the kind thing and help other people. If it's not right for you, that's cool, but you might know someone it is right for as well. Other than that, I will catch up with you next week on Pod Chat with Nat, and I hope you have an amazing week.